we were studying the chapter organic compounds. We will continue with the chapter and study another subtopic, that is functional group. So far we've discussed hydrocarbons, that is compounds of carbon and hydrogen, but carbon also forms bonds with other elements such as oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur and halogens. These elements may replace one or more hydrogen in the hydrocarbon chain in such a way that the valency of the carbon remains satisfied. So as a result of this replacement, new compounds are formed. So in these new compounds, the replacing element that replaces the hydrogen in the parent hydrocarbon chain, that is known as heteroatom. Heteroatom is the atom which replaces hydrogen in the parent hydrocarbon chain. These heteroatoms in turn give specific chemical properties to the new compounds regardless of the length and nature of the carbon chain. So this heteroatoms, since they give a specific chemical properties to the carbon compound, they are known as functional group. Okay, so functional group may be defined as a group as an atom or a group of atom in a molecule which gives specific chemical properties to the molecule, known as functional group. Okay, so functional group किन हेटेरोएटमलाई चाहिँ किन functional group भनेको भन्दा चाहिँ किनभने यसको प्रेजेन्सले गर्दा चाहिँ chemical properties of the molecule changes. Okay, so known as functional group. Okay, now to make you understand about functional group more clearly, I'll give you an example. Okay, let us take an example of ethane. Okay, now we've already studied the structure of ethane and we also know the formula of ethane. The formula of ethane is C2H6, and there is another compound, that is carbon compound, that is known as ethanol. Okay, now the formula of ethanol is C2H5OH. Now, if you look at these two formula, they are somewhat similar. Ethanol is formed from ethane. How ethanol is formed from ethane? Here there are 6 hydrogen atoms, but here there are only 5 hydrogen atoms. That means one hydrogen atom of ethanol is being replaced by OH group. OH means hydroxyl group. So see here, not only carbon and hydrocarbon, but here oxygen is also present. As I told you earlier, carbon can form bond with other elements such as oxygen, nitrogen, etc. So in this way, one hydrogen atom is being replaced by hydroxyl group. So in this way, ethanol is formed. So from ethane, when one hydrogen atom is subtracted or removed, and in place of that one hydroxyl group is added, then ethanol is formed. Okay, so this is ethane and that is ethanol. So in place of that hydrogen atom, one heteroatom will be attached, and that is known as the functional group. Okay, now as I told you earlier, the properties of this compound will depend entirely upon the functional group. And since ethane and ethanol, now since they are two different compounds, they will have different chemical properties. Why they are two different compounds? Because now here in addition to carbon and hydrogen in ethanol, there is another heteroatom present, that is hydroxyl group. Okay, so let us see what are the differences between ethane and ethanol. Though ethanol is formed from ethane, but still it is quite different from ethane. Okay, so let us see the differences between ethane and ethanol. So first difference, ethane is a gas. Okay, is a gas, but ethanol is a liquid. Is a liquid at room temperature. This is the first difference between ethane and ethanol. Though ethanol is formed from ethane, but it is different from ethane. Okay. So second difference, ethanol is an antiseptic. It is used in the hospitals for treating wound. Okay. हामी हस्पिटल जाँदाखेरि केही काटेको छ भने कटनमा डुबाएर हामीलाई हाम्रो घाउमा त्यस्तो दल दिन्छ, that is actually ethanol. Okay, so it is an antiseptic. Antiseptic means it is used for treating wounds. Okay, it is an antiseptic and it is also hypnotic. Hypnotic means it induces hypnotic. Okay, it induces sleep. Okay, hypnotic. So hypnotic means induces sleep. भनेको चाहिँ इथेनलले निन्द्रा आउँछ. Okay, so it induces sleep, but ethane has no such properties. Ethane मा यो केही छैन. Ethane antiseptic पनि हैन, hypnotic पनि हैन. So ethane has no such properties. So third difference is that ethanol reacts with sodium. With sodium to form sodium ethoxide. Sodium ethoxide along with the evolution of hydrogen gas. Along with the evolution of hydrogen gas, but ethane shows no such chemical reaction. But ethane shows no such chemical reactions. Okay, so here you can see that ethane and ethanol are two different compounds. Though ethanol is formed from ethane by replacing one hydrogen atom of the ethane by hydroxyl group, but still because of the presence of hydroxyl group in ethanol, ethanol is totally different from ethane. Okay, so that is why the properties of ethanol, since it depends upon the functional group that is present in ethanol, the functional group is hydroxyl group. So therefore, in ethanol, the functional group is hydroxyl group. And because of the presence of the functional group, the chemical properties of the carbon compound also changes. Okay, so now let us talk about some important functional groups that are present in carbon compounds. Okay, and first I'll draw a table and explain you the various functional groups. Functional group and the name of the functional group. some important functional groups that are present in carbon compounds. Okay, so first heteroatom that is present in the carbon compound is chlorine. So the formula is this, and the name of the functional group is chloro. Okay. Second heteroatom that can be present in carbon compounds is Br, that is bromine. The formula of the compound is Br and the name will be bromo. Okay. Next heteroatom that is present in carbon compound is oxygen and OH. As we already studied, this is hydroxyl. Name of the functional group is hydroxyl group. So here the heteroatom is oxygen. Now there are several other functional group that contains oxygen as the heteroatom. One is OH. So this is the aldehydic group. This functional group is aldehydic group. Next one is ketonic group. This is ketonic group. Here also the functional group is oxygen. And finally there is the carboxyl group. Okay, there is the carboxyl group. So see, this is the formula of the carboxyl group. So these are some of the important functional groups that can be present in carbon compounds: chlorine, bromine, hydroxyl, aldehydic, ketonic and carboxylic group. Okay, now you can see that in the formula of the functional group there are single lines that are present. So what does this single line indicate is the single single line indicates the free valencies of the functional group. यो single line चाहिँ यो functional group को free valency हो. Free valency means carbon chain मा चाहिँ यो functional group attach हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ यहाँबाट attach हुन्छ भनेको. Okay, so यो dash चाहिँ यता चाहिँ अब कार्बन चेन सँग C जस्तो भएर attach भएको हुन्छ. Okay, so the free valencies in functional group are represented by a single line, and when this functional group are attached to the carbon chain, they are attached through these free valencies. Okay. Now let us move on to another subtopic, that is homologous series. Okay. Homologous series. Now we have discussed that the chemical properties of a carbon compound depends upon the functional group that is present in the carbon compound. Now that is why all the organic compounds that have the same functional group, they will have similar chemical properties. Okay, for example, the properties of methanol. This is methanol. Okay, this is ethanol. This is propanol. Okay. This is butanol. So see, I have written the formulas of four carbon compounds. This is methanol, ethanol, propanol, butanol. Now in all these carbon compounds, the functional group is same. Okay, so which is the functional group? Hydroxyl group. In each of the carbon atoms, the functional group is same. So If the functional group is same, then the chemical properties of all these substances will also be same, because as we discussed earlier, the chemical properties of the carbon compounds depends upon the functional group present in the carbon compound. So here, since the functional group, all the compounds have the same functional group, so they will have similar chemical properties. Okay, so that is why, to simplify the study of all the organic compounds, what is being done, or what has been done is that all the organic compounds that have the same functional group are arranged in the order of their increasing molecular masses, and they are placed in the same family of organic compounds, and such compounds are called, and such series in which the organic compounds are arranged in the order of increasing molecular masses, that series is called homologous series. Okay, so in homologous series, the compounds that have the same functional group will be arranged together or will be placed together in order of their increasing masses. अहिले भर्खर मैले देखाएँ नि, मेथनॉल, एथनॉल, प्रोपेनॉल, ब्यूटेनॉल, मास सबसे कम्ती, सबसे माथि, त्यहाँदेखि अलिक बेसी 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 गर्दै increasing order मा, जब organic compounds having the same functional group, when they are arranged in a series, that series is called homologous series, and all the members of the homologous series belong to the same family. Okay, so the homologous series can be defined as a family of organic compounds having the same functional group. Okay, having the same functional group, and when they have the same functional group, they have the same chemical properties. So having the same functional group and chemical properties, and the adjacent members of the series and the adjacent or the successive members. Okay, and the adjacent or the successive members of the series differ by adjacent members. We need not write a series. Okay, adjacent members differ by CH2 unit or 14 mass units. Okay, so this is the definition of homologous series. Here, the organic compounds having the same functional group are placed in the same family, plus since they have the same functional group, they will have the same chemical properties, and the adjacent members differ by CH2 unit. For example, this is methanol. Okay, this is ethanol. Okay, so if we count over here the C and the H, it will differ by, difference will be CH2. How? Here there is one carbon atom, here there is two carbon atoms. So 2 minus 1 will be 1. So carbon 1. And 5 hydrogen atom, 3 hydrogen atoms. So 5 minus 3 will be 2. OH the barabari cha. Okay, so in this way, each member, adjacent member or the successive member of the homologous series, they differ by a CH2 unit. Okay, the individual members of the homologous series are called homologues. The individual members of the homologous series homologues. Okay, homologues, and the phenomenon is called homology. And the phenomenon of arranging these carbon compounds according to their molecular masses is called homology. Okay, so let us study about the characteristics of homologous series. First characteristic of the homologous series is all the members of a homologous series can be represented by a general formula. All the members of a homologous series can be represented by a general formula. For example, there is a homologous series called alkenes. Okay, so alkanes say it's a homologous series. So the general formula of alkanes is, for example, the general formula of alkanes is CnH2n plus 2, where n is equals to 1, 2, 3 and so on. Now the first 6 members, अब जति पनि alkanes को members छ, त्यो alkanes को members हरुको formula चाहिँ we can derive it from here. Okay, जस्तो when n is equals to 1, त्यति बेला C1 भनेको n1 हो भने C मात्रै लगायो, H2n छ, n को भ्यालु यहाँ 1 छ, so 2 into 1 will be 2 plus 2 will be 4. So first member of alkane will be CH4, that is methane, if you remember. Okay, यहाँ n को भ्यालु कति छ 1. Similarly, when we put n को value 2, then we'll get the second member of the series. Okay, so C2H6, 2 into 2 4 plus 2 will be 6. So this is ethane. So त्यस्तै गरी n is equals to 3 हो भने C3H8, 2 3 6 plus 2 8. So that is propane. So यस्तो पाराले, if we know the general formula of a homologous series, we can derive the members of that homologous series. यसरी n को भ्यालु बढाउँदै गयो भने प्रोपेन को बादमा you'll get butane, then you'll get pentane, hexane, like this and so on. Okay, so in this way we can derive the molecular formula of the members of a homologous series from the general formula. Alright, now next characteristics. Is that the molecular formula of any two successive members differs by CH2, okay, unit. So number 2, the molecular formula of any two successive members, successive or adjacent members of the homologous series differs by a CH2 unit. Okay, let me explain this by giving an example. Okay, so first this is methane. Okay, the second member in the homologous series is ethane, the third is propane, fourth is butane. So these are the adjacent members or the successive members of the homologous series alkane. Your alkane homologous series, your सबसे first member, second member, that is the successive member is this one ethane. इसको next successive member चाहिँ propane, next successive butane. So यहाँ के भन्दैछ, the molecular formula of the adjacent members differs by a CH2 unit. So यसको र यसको बीचको molecular formula को difference कति छ रे? CH2. कसरी? अघि भनिहाले यहाँ कार्बन 2 छ, यहाँ 1 छ, so 2 minus 1 will be 1, so कार्बन 1. 6 छ, यहाँ 4 सँग माइनस गर्दा 2. So यो दुईटाको बीचमा फर्मुला चाहिँ कतिले डिफर गर्दै रहेछ? एउटा CH2 युनिटले. Similarly, if we talk about this and this, है, 3 minus 2 will be 1. 8 minus 6 will be 2. So see CH2. फेरि नेक्स्ट यो र यो गरौँ है. 4 minus 3 will be 1. 10 minus 8 will be 2. So in this way successive member को molecular formula हेर्यो भने difference कति आउँछ? एउटा CH2 unit difference आउँछ. Okay, now the third characteristic is the molecular masses. Okay, the molecular masses of any two successive भनेको चाहिँ कन्टिन्यू जानु पर्यो. जस्तो तपाईले CH4 र यहाँ चाहिँ C2H6 छ, अन्त यहाँ C3H8 छ. सक्सेसिभ भनेको चाहिँ CH4 देखि डाइरेक्टली यहाँ हुँदैन, यहाँ सेकेन्डमा जानु पर्छ. सक्सेसिभ भनेको चाहिँ त्यसरी जानु पर्यो. ओके, सो सक्सेसिभमा चाहिँ डिफर हुन्छ भनेको. ओके, सो हियर the molecular masses of any two successive members differ by how many units? By 14 units. Okay, let me show you again by giving the example from the homologous series alkene. Right? Alkene को first member is methane, second member is ethane, third member is propane. Okay, त्यस्तो पाराले तीनटा members लियौं. Okay, now molecular masses. Let us calculate the molecular mass of methane. We've already done this in class 9. So first the molecular mass of carbon is 12. So एउटा मात्रै कार्बन छ, so 1 into 12 plus 4 into 1. Hydrogen को चाहिँ 1. So गर्दा 12 plus 4 will be 16. Okay, this is the molecular mass of methane. अब second को हेरौं. There are 2 carbon atoms into 12 plus 6 hydrogen atom into 1. So 12 to 24 plus 6 will be 30 unit. Okay, similarly let us calculate the third one. 3 into 12 plus 8 into 1 will be 36 plus 9. What is the 45 unit? Is it 45? 9 10 15 by 1 45. Okay, so in this way के हुँदैछ, there is the difference of, sorry, 8 into 1 will be 8. Okay, so sorry, not 9. So the difference दुईटा add गर्दाखेरि चाहिँ कति हुनुपर्छ, 44. Okay, so this is the atomic mass of the, sorry, molecular mass of the members of alkane. So first को हेरौँ, मिथेन को molecular mass 16 छ, इथेन को 30 छ. यो दुईटाको डिफरेन्स निकाल्यो भने, डिफर भनेको छ नि त, सो डिफरेन्स निकाल्यो भने 30 minus 16 will be 14. So यो दुईटाको बीचमा डिफरेन्स कति छ, 14 युनिट्स हो. त्यसै गरी यो र यो 44 minus 30 will be 14 units. So यस्तो पाराले if you keep on moving down the homologous series, every successive member's molecular mass differs by 14 units. मुनि जति मुनि जान्छ त्यति नै कार्बन र हाइड्रोजन एटम बढ्दै जान्छ नि त, नम्बर अफ कार्बन र नम्बर अफ हाइड्रोजन बढ्दै जान्छ, सो त्यसको एटोमिक मास पनि बढ्दै जान्छ. तर डिफरेन्स निकाल्यो भने, सेकेन्ड को र फर्स्ट को डिफरेन्स निकाल्यो भने अलवेज 14 युनिट्स, थर्ड को र सेकेन्ड को डिफरेन्स निकाल्यो भने अलवेज 14, फोर्थ एन्ड थर्ड always 14. So in this way the molecular mass of two successive members always differ by 14 units. Okay, next, number 4. All the members of the homologous series, they have the same functional group. Okay, all the members of the homologous series have same functional group. कुनै पनि homologous series को functional group चाहिँ same हुन्छ. जस्तो the functional group of alcohols, alcohol चाहिँ family को नाम हो, यसको functional group चाहिँ जहिले पनि OH, that is hydroxyl group हुन्छ. functional group जब सबै alcohol को functional group चाहिँ OH हुन्छ. Okay, similarly in case of aldehydes, okay, aldehydes को functional group के हो, CHO. So this is aldehydic group. हैन, त्यस्तो पाराले चाहिँ सबै जति पनि functional group छ तिनीहरुको members को चाहिँ, sorry, जति पनि homologous series को members छ तिनीहरुको functional group, they will have the same functional group. Okay, since they have the same functional group, they will have the same chemical properties also. So fifth ma chai they have all the members of the homologous series have the same chemical properties. Homologous series have same chemical properties. Okay, I'll give you an example. So there are alkanes. यो एउटा homologous series हो. Okay, यो homologous series मा different members छ, as already discussed. Different members of the alkane homologous series are like this. हैन, so homologous series यो alkane मा चाहिँ यो members हरु छ. Now all these members they have the same chemical properties. How भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ all the members of the alkane they show substitution reaction with halogens. Okay, so alkanes show substitution reaction with halogens. Halogens भन्नाले chlorine, bromine, fluorine, है आयोडिन एस्टेटिन यिनीहरु सबैसँग चाहिँ यो एल्केन यो चाहे यो मेम्बर होस् चाहे यो होस् सबै क्लोरिनहरुसँग चाहिँ के गर्छ यिनीहरुले चाहिँ सब्स्टिट्युसन रियाक्सन देखाउँछ जसरी लेट मी गिभ यु वन एक्जाम्पल जस्तो यो मिथेन भने हैन मिथेन will react with chlorine to give so see यस्तो पाराले के हुन्छ chloromethane this is chloromethane methane and this is hydrogen chloride okay so hydrogen chloride so in this way all the members of the alkane they will show substitution reaction गरेर यस्तो पाराले देखाउनु सक्छ now last characteristic of homologous series sixth one is that all the members of the homologous series show gradation in physical properties just so one physical property is molecular mass. So molecular mass, as we move down the homologous series, the molecular mass increases. Okay, जति homologous series को मुनि जान्छ त्यति नै molecular mass increase हुन्छ. त्यसरी नै melting point, boiling point also increases. So यो सबै के हो physical properties हो. So यो physical properties हरु चाहिँ के हुन्छ भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ molecular mass चाहिँ increase भएको कारणले गर्दा these physical properties these are physical property यो melting point boiling point हरु चाहिँ physical property हो. So physical property पनि के हुन्छ बढ्दै जान्छ नि त किनभने जति बेसी थपियो जस्तो फर्स्ट केसमा मिथेन सेकेन्डमा इथेनमा हेर्नुस् त के हुँदैछ थपिँदै जाँदैछ कार्बन एटम हाइड्रोजन एटम थपिँदै गएपछि मोलिकुलर मास पनि त बढ्दै जान्छ नि अघि के देख्यो यहाँनिर कति छ 16 छ यहाँ कति छ 30 छ सो के हुँदैछ मोलिकुलर मास बढ्दै जाँदैछ as we move down the homologous series. So since the molecular mass increases, physical properties that depend upon the molecular mass सबै physical properties हरु चाहिँ यो molecular mass मा डिपेन्ड हुन्छ नि त. So that is why melting point boiling point will go on increasing. So in this way the physical properties shows gradation भनेको कि त gradually बढ्छ कि त gradually घट्छ. Okay, so in this way these are the characteristics of homologous series. With this, let us wrap up today's class.